Good evening, everyone. Welcome back and welcome to day 10 of our 21-day meditation journey. My name is Poornima Kirby, and if you are new to this meditation journey, or if you'd like to review some of the sessions, if you've missed a few of them, we do have recordings which you can access on the 21-day website, so go ahead and check that out. At the end, we are going to have a Zoom chat where there's going to be breakout rooms. And we do recommend that you message the breakout room help. It's the name of a person here on the Zoom call that you can message and ask to be put into a breakout room. Don't be shy to go into those breakout rooms if you haven't tried it yet. It's a great way to get a little deeper and have a chance to get some personal questions answered. And this is something we just introduced recently. You can request a Sahaja Yoga mentor, which just means that someone who has some experience with Sahaja Yoga who can answer questions for you and be a support. It's a very low pressure thing. So don't be shy to reach out and ask for that. And the way that you can do that is there's actually a form that you can fill out. It might take us a couple of days to assign you a mentor, so just be patient. But the link to fill out that form is also going to be in the Zoom chat momentarily. So if you'd like to sign up for a mentor, you can even do that now or at the end of our program. So yesterday, we learned about clearing out the left side using the element of light through the candle. And this week, we're going to learn about each chakra individually, which is such a beautiful journey to go deeper into that. And today we're actually going to learn about the void chakra, which is this principle of being a teacher and actually of being our own teacher. It's one of the first affirmations that we take when we're learning Sahaja Yoga. And it's something that we can really deepen into over time. So we'll be exploring that today. And we have two wonderful presenters. We're going to have two different meditations. We'll have another video of Shri Mataji sharing some more about this topic. And we're going to have a really beautiful piece of recorded music to help us deepen into our meditation. So at this point, I'd love to introduce our two presenters. So if they could come on the screen, we've got Sudeep Hegde and Rahul Kumar. If you guys would like to maybe say a few words about anything that inspires you right now. How about that?
Hello everyone. I'm inspired by Rahul and Poornima right here.
That's cheating. You have to.
I was not prepared for that question.
Sorry, I went off script. No, we'll take it. How about you, Rahul? What's inspiring you right now?
My inspiration is being in this company of all the wonderful people who are online, who are seeking truth and who are seeking transformation. And this is very unique because not everybody in the world is looking for that. And it's a very special feeling to have that desire to go deeper within ourselves and be ready for that transformation. So I always feel an honor and joy to be with seekers and be able to share this journey. So it always inspires me.
That's so beautiful. And I agree with that. You know, I was here the first night of this, and here we are on day 10, and it is really beautiful to see so many people coming back and to go deeper into our meditation together. So without further ado, I think let's do it. I'm going to hand it over to Sudeep.
Okay, thank you, Poornima. So hello everyone, welcome once again. Well, for those of you whom I haven't interacted with previously, my name is Sudeep Hegde. I live in the town of Clemson in South Carolina, and I work at Clemson University as an assistant professor in the Department of Industrial Engineering. So we are going to start off with a foot soak, as we have been doing for the last few days. So if you're here for the first time, let's show a quick slide on the foot soak. Basically, what we do is we dip our feet in a tub of water about ankle deep, and we put some salt in the water as well. And we keep some fresh water, a mug of fresh water on the side to rinse off later. And it's always good to have a little towel to wipe off. So what we do is we meditate with our feet in the water, and it helps clear our chakras and our channels and help us go deeper into meditation. And it represents the use of the elements. So with the water element and the salt, which represents the earth element. So if you don't have it ready today, no problem. You can always meditate along, even without it, and you can perhaps have it ready for tomorrow. So those of you who have the foot soak ready, let's, well, actually, before that, let's close our eyes, take a few deep breaths. Allow the attention to settle down. And as we always do, we will begin by slowly raising the Kundalini, the energy, from the base of the spine up over our head, and we'll establish it there. And then we will move our hands in this fashion to balance our energies across the left and right channels at the level of each of the 7 chakras. So we'll start by raising the Kundalini. We'll bring it up over the head and tie a knot to establish that energy above the 7th center. Same thing the second time, 2 knots. And the third time, we will tie 3 knots. Now we will balance our channels. So we'll bring the right hand near the left hip, raise the energy of the left, make an arc over your head, bring it all the way down to the right, and retrace that path, raise the energy of the right, and bring it down the left. And we'll do this 6 more times, balancing ourselves at the level of each of the 7 chakras, one by one. By using these slow, fluid hand motions, we are actually guiding the energy. And you may actually start to feel that flow of energy. So we will now bring our attention to the top of our head, where that connection happens. And we will direct that energy into the water by using these clockwise motions with the right hand. So we just make clockwise movements with the right hand over the water. And invite the qualities of the ocean into this foot soak, into these elements, so that it becomes an effective instrument to clear our subtle system, our chakras. Let's now place both our feet inside the water. Let's sit with our back straight, comfortably. Let's put the right hand towards Mother Earth by letting it hang towards our side. Let's imagine that we are touching Mother Earth with our hand. We are connecting with her. Mother, please clear my chakras. Please remove any negative energies, any heaviness, especially from my left energy channel. All the unnecessary memories, emotions, superficial desires, anything from the past, anything from the subconscious that distracts me, that keeps me from being in the present and rising higher. Please absorb. I surrender these to you, Mother. We can bring the right hand back on our lap, and we'll raise the left hand towards the sky. And appeal to the air and the ether elements to take away all the excess heat from my right energy channel, all the heat that is generated because of all the mental, physical activity. Let me not be identified with my actions. You can bring the left hand down. Let's place our attention at the top of our head. Inviting that sacred subtle energy, Mother Kundalini, into our seventh center, the Sahasrara, asking her to give us that connection, that union with the Absolute. We are going to focus on the region known as the void, which is the circular region that encompasses the second and the third chakras around this entire stomach abdomen region. This is the area in our evolution where our guru or master principle is established. It is necessary that this region is developed for us to rise above the entanglement with the illusory material world. Which is why in Sanskrit, this area has been called the Bhavasagara, or the ocean of illusion. So let's place the right hand on our void, just above the navel, and we humbly appeal to our Kundalini to enlighten our void. Let's move the right hand slowly in a clockwise direction around the void, starting at the top, moving it to the left of the stomach, and then below the navel, below the belly button, then back up to the right side, then on top again. So let's continue moving our hand around this as we pray to Mother Kundalini to please purify my Guru principle. Let's station our hand on the left side of the stomach and affirm, I am my own master. I am my own Guru. I am my own Guru. Continue moving our hand and let's pause just near the bottom of the bottom part of the abdomen, just below the navel. And let's say, Mother, make me my own guru. I surrender to your power. Make me my own guru. We'll continue moving the hand and bring it to the right side of the stomach. Stop there. Mother, you are my guru. You are my guru, Mother. And let's continue to slowly move the right hand around the entire void. But keeping our attention at the top of the head. Mother, please take me across this ocean of illusion so that I may realize the union of my consciousness with the Absolute. So that this drop becomes one with the ocean. The ocean of absolute bliss. We can bring our right hand back on our lap. Let's continue to meditate with our attention in the silence of our Sahasrara. Let us conclude the foot soak by rinsing off each of our feet one by one, taking them out of the water, rinsing. We can set the tab aside for now. So just a quick note about the foot soap. Regarding what temperature should the water be. So what temperature the water should be depends on how we're feeling that day. So if you're feeling very, let's say, agitated, or you've had a very busy day and you just want to calm down, then it's a good idea to have some cool water. Or if you're perhaps feeling lethargic, tired, perhaps overly emotional, then it's better to have slightly warm water. But generally speaking, it's advisable to have lukewarm or room temperature water for the foot soap. So just a little note I thought I'll mention. So the next part will be a talk by Shri Mataji. So in this speech, she talks about the importance of going deeper. We're all familiar, and most of us are just busy with developing ourselves externally and developing our knowledge externally, that is, knowledge of the world. But it's perhaps more important to develop what she calls the knowledge of the roots, which is our own spirituality, which includes the knowledge of our chakras and subtle system and the kundalini, and and our own evolutionary path. So let's listen to the talk.
So one must know that there must be something more we have to know. I would put it this way, that in the West, whatever knowledge we have had about science or about other things is like the knowledge of the tree which is outside. Now, whatever Dr. Warren has told you is the knowledge of the roots. Now, supposing if the East has learnt this knowledge from you, has tried to understand this knowledge of science, of course, which is not very fruitful also, but doesn't matter. They have tried to learn this knowledge of science. Why not we try to learn the knowledge of the roots? The roots of the tree of life. Why should we not try to find out what are the roots which are to be nourished, which were neglected, and that's why we have problems. These are the roots within us which are being described. And when these roots are understood, then only we will see that something more has to happen, that we have to feel those roots. We don't feel them on our central nervous system. We have no sensitivity at all within us. For example, now supposing a person is getting mad, he is not conscious of it, that he is getting mad. Or if he develops some disease, he doesn't become conscious of it till he gets some pain. But actually these centers are the subtle energy centers which give energy to the plexuses and look after us very well. But how to enlighten these centers? That was the big problem. How to enlighten these centers so that we start feeling our roots. For that, God Almighty, who is our Father, who is very kind and gentle, in His all care has made this beautiful thing within us. And all of them are like the milestones of our evolution. These centers are to be enlightened. And when they are to be enlightened, something has to be done. For that, in the triangular bone here is placed the energy called the Kundalini. It's a Sanskrit word meaning the coils. it is in 3.5 coils for a particular mathematical reason. A mathematician can understand 3.5 is very important coefficient. 3.5 coils, it is placed there. And this has to be awakened like a primule in a seed to enlighten all these 6 centers and ultimately enter through this center, which is the 6th one in this order, because the 7th one lies down below the Kundalini. This is the important thing that has to happen to us to become the spirit that Christ has told us, that we have to become the spirit, that we are to be born again. It is again certifying ourselves that we are born again. You do not become. Let us accept one thing. We are not going to live with myths and dishonesty. If we are going to be honest with ourselves, it is beneficial to us. It is benevolent for us to be honest with ourselves and to realize that by giving ourselves certificates, we do not become anything. It's only a mental projection. Whether I call myself a Christian or a Muslim or a Hindu makes no difference whatsoever. Whatever dress I wear or howsoever I comb my hair makes no difference to me at all. In all honesty, we have to perceive and see. To reach that absolute stage, this Kundalini has to rise. There's no other way out. So the desire of God is that you should become the citizen of His kingdom, that you should enter into His kingdom and enjoy all the fruits of His blessings, understandingly, knowingly, on your central nervous system. This is His pure desire, and if that pure desire within us rises, then we see that all other desires were useless. And they are not pure either, because we have some desires. Say, for example, we want to have a car, all right, have a car. They want to have a house, have a house. Never satisfied. In general, it is said that wants are not satiable, because they are not wants, they are artificial wants. The real want, the real desire is this one, this energy of pure desire that says you have to unite with the divine, with the all-pervading power of God. That is our pure desire. And unless and until that desire is completed, you may do any kind of things, you may go to all kinds of things, try anything, you can never achieve it. Now, this is a living process, because God is a living being. He is not empty words. He is not just something like a dead book. He is not. He is a living God. He is a living energy. And this is a living process. So it has to be spontaneous. It has to be spontaneous if it is living. For example, there's a seed and you want to sprout it. Can you order it? Can you mentally say, all right, it has now sprouted? Can you say that, all right, I'll read these mantras to you or Bible to you or do this? Will it rise? No, it won't. It's a living process. You have to place it in the Mother Earth. Spontaneously it will rise. You don't have to say anything. You don't have to imagine anything. It will rise. And that's what it is, that this Kundalini has to be awakened. In the same manner, in the living process. Now, many people are surprised that I don't charge any money. How can you charge money for love, first of all? And this love, which is so spontaneous, I don't do anything, I'm just standing before you. I'm doing nothing at all. But if that love is, say, flowing all over, and if you get this awakening because of my presence, I'm doing nothing, it's your own. Whatever is your own, this Kundalini is your own, your desire is your own, and if you achieve your realization, it's your own. What is there to charge for? To be honest, I don't do anything. There's no obligation at all. It's just a catalyst. Then you become the catalyst, then the third person becomes the catalyst. Everybody can become the catalyst, but one has to be honest and truthful. Otherwise, you cannot find truth. If you are living with myths, how can you find the truth? Now, the modern Sahaja Yoga, what I call it, whatever the way I'm trying, is a little different that people could have used before. Like they first wanted to clear chakras after chakras, everything, and then go through all kinds of penances and all that and rise the kundalini. Because people needed this cleansing. Now, what I thought was the easiest method is somehow or other to raise the kundalini. Somehow. Make it even a little glimpse of the light into people. Let the light coming in the lamp. Let the lamp be seen by the people themselves. When the kundalini rises, you see, there is a flickering, say, of the light. You can see yourself what's wrong with you, which chakra is catching, where is the problem. And then it's very easy to correct.
Let's close our eyes. Keeping our hands relaxed and open on our lap. And just absorbing Shri Mataji's words in a state of meditation. We can bring our attention to the crown of our heads. And just see what resonates without analyzing. No pressure. To continue our meditation, we're going to listen to a beautiful song about the ocean. As Sudeep mentioned, this chakra that we are learning about today is often represented as an ocean. And in crossing that ocean, we proceed in our spiritual ascent. So this song is composed and performed by the singer-songwriter Nikki. It's called Ocean.
Ocean, take me in your arms and engulf me. Hold my total being is yours. Current of time.
So let us keep maintaining this state of meditation. We can bring both the palms to the level of our heart and see what you feel. You feel a gentle coolness or maybe warmth flowing over your palms. Notice if you feel any tingling or prickling sensations. Check above your head and see if you feel that flow of energy above your head. And see how far does it go. Check with your left palm. So a little bit about the Guru principle. Shri Mataji mentioned that the word Guru means gravity, means weight. Something that has weight doesn't get easily displaced in a storm or external turmoil. It is able to maintain its balance, its poise, without getting disturbed. Like a mountain or a rock, it remains steady. So the one of the quality of Guru principle is that when we achieve our self-mastery, then no matter what life throws at us, the difficulties and the challenges, we are able to maintain our balance. We are able to maintain our poise. So that is one side of it. The other side of it, the traditional meaning of word Guru is the one who dispels the darkness, one who removes the darkness. So the other aspect is being connected to that inner source of wisdom, that inner light of guidance, and being able to first reach the shores of clarity. Crossing over the ocean of illusion, you first reach your own shores of clarity. And then you become the light for the world. You become the light for others. And you're able to take them and guide them. And you're able to become this instrument of love through which you're able to help others. The quality of Guru principle is also magnetism, by which people feel this attraction towards you. At a subtle level, they feel that radiance of knowledge, that spiritual joy and peace. And many times when we become established in that state, we may not even say a word, but our mere presence has an effect. And the situation around us, people around us, they automatically feel the peace. They feel the silence. So let's go a little deeper in establishing these qualities and touching the depths of our Guru principle. We open both the palms in our lap. Close our eyes. Let's feel our tension on top of our head. Now, let us take our right palm and place it on the left hand side of our abdomen. Here we say inside that Mother, please make me my own master. Mother, please awaken within me the strength to rise above all weaknesses, all temptations, all limitations of our being. And let me experience the true state of freedom of my spirit. Just like the sun, which shines and is not affected if there are clouds in the sky or not. Let me be like that mountain, undisturbed in all seasons of life. Let nothing overpower me. Let my awareness be anchored to the eternal source of my spirit. I am my own master. Bring our right palm back to our lap. And then we take our left palm and place it on the right hand side of our abdomen. Here we say that Mother, please awaken within me the light of inner guidance. Let me be connected to that inner fountain of pure knowledge and wisdom. Let me take guidance from my Kundalini, from my spirit. Not from my ego, my conditions. Mother, you are my Guru. Bring our left palm back to our lap. Slowly raise our Kundalini through our right palm to the center of our being, our body. And place it on top of our head. Massage the top of our head. And raise our right palm above our head. Feel the expanse of that pure silence above your head. And let your attention remain there. And bring our right palm back. Let's feel the silence of our spirit. There may be waves on the surface of the ocean, but if we go deep, there is complete stillness. Now we conclude. Let's take a few deep breaths. Fill your belly with air and feel the contentment, the satisfaction, the poise and the balance of the Guru principle. We'll slowly open our eyes and we will take Bandhan to conclude our meditation. One knot. Again. 2 knots. And then 3 knots. And then 7 arcs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. All right, so now we move on to the next segment.
Thank you, Rahul. That was so lovely. So we have a few announcements before we proceed on to our breakout rooms and our question and answer. Tomorrow, we are going to learn about the very first chakra, which is called the Muladhara, which means the support of the root. And it's actually placed below our Kundalini. So it's such a beautiful chakra and such a great foundation for our meditation. So that's really something to look forward to, learning about that one. And we have, of course, our program resources available. As a reminder, you can request a mentor now. So hop into the Zoom chat and fill out that form. I think it's just been posted again. And we also really encourage you to join the WhatsApp group. It's really the best way to get reminders about the course, to get the links, to get some daily inspiration. I know some folks found this originally through email or through different channels, but the WhatsApp group is truly the best way to get all the up-to-the-minute information. So you can actually get into that link right in the Zoom chat right now. Also, all of the live sessions and recorded sessions are accessible on the website that you see on the screen, and this QR code will take you right there. So make sure to bookmark that so you don't miss a session. And next up, we have 2 options for you. You can write to Breakout Room Help and be assigned to an individual breakout room. And if you haven't tried this yet, I really do recommend it. It's a great way to get some personal questions answered or get filled in on if you've missed a few days to catch up on that. And the rest of us are going to stay here in the big room. And if you're staying here, feel free to write to chat Q&A if you have a question or a comment. And we're going to answer some questions right now. So I'd love to invite Rahul and Sudeep to come back on the screen. And we'll get started with some question and answers.
All right.
All right. So welcome back, you guys. Such lovely meditations. It's a really, I think, a profound part of our journey of meditation to start to learn about each of the chakras, because I think what we've all experienced is that over time, the qualities of each chakra start to dawn on us and become more and more integrated into our personality. And we kind of revisit them over the course of our meditation journey, and each time go deeper into it. So even though I think all of us here have been practicing for many years, there's still this ongoing process of discovery for us, right? With each chakra. Like, oh, that's what that, oh, that's what that really feels like when I'm really my own guru. So I'd love to invite you guys to, if there's anything that comes to mind of maybe a recent experience where a situation in life came up where you kind of got challenged to be your own guru, or where that principle manifested in a new way for you. I think sometimes there's so many forces from the outside world that's trying to be our guru or trying to be our teacher, whether it's someone at our work or whether it's a family member, or even just the advertisements on the subway are like trying to like be in charge of what we're attending to. So does either of you have an example? Maybe we'll start with you, Sudeep. Do you have an example? I'm putting you on the spot of a time when this thing that we say of I am my own guru actually came into your daily life a little bit.
I don't have a specific example as yet, but in terms of a daily life example, but I can certainly share an insight that I gained recently that relates to this quality of being one's own guru. There is, like you said, all kinds of information that we receive from the outside. And sometimes when you're looking for answers, there is this tendency to look towards or rely on someone who's accepted as some sort of an authority in some area, in some subject, let's say, or just what is considered as traditional wisdom. But it's important to, I realize, look within as well and find the answer for that situation that you're in. Sometimes it might go against the grain of what is considered as conventional wisdom, but if you have that courage to follow your heart and follow your own intuition and have that patience to just listen to yourself and let the answer come to you, and it works out. It happens. So I guess I've learned that patience is an important quality in letting yourself be your own guru, so that you let that wisdom and the answer come to you in situations.
That's such a good point, because I think these outside things are often much louder.
Yes, yeah, and
It's
more
like,
easily available. Right?
it's louder, it's more instant, and it's like these quick fixes. But
Yeah,
actually, if we listen to our own guru, that feeling within us, or our inner mother energy, it's going to be a little quieter and subtler. It's not instant gratification, but the answer we get will be more sustaining and ultimately the thing that anchors us, right?
yes. Yeah.
Awesome. What about you, Rahul?
Yeah, I would say a recent experience, not very recent, but maybe a few years back, was that I was looking for a new job opportunity within my company only, but a different role, few different roles, and one role came up which felt that was a good one. And when I checked vibrations in Sahaja Yoga, as this vibratory awareness develops, you feel the coolness and the warmth. You could ask questions and you could ask for guidance, and then the vibrations, they reveal what is the right thing to do. If it is cool, then that is the right thing for you. If it is warm, catches, then it may not be the right option for you. So when I checked the vibrations, I got mixed results. I felt some catches on the Agya center and other centers also on the Nabi. And that gave me an understanding that this job may be a right fit for you, looking at it, but it may bring a lot of stress and anxiety and may disturb your balance. But the lesson for me then was that I got that clear guidance from inside, but I felt that, oh, maybe I'm not sensing it clearly because maybe I'm attached. It's a personal decision. So let me ask another yogi to check it for me. And so I asked a few yogis to check it for me, and they said that the vibrations are really cool. You should go ahead for it. And then I had to make a decision. Okay, which direction do I go? And I think this is a situation which we often, all of us, find ourselves into. And then I decided, okay, other yogis are feeling cool vibrations, and maybe I'm not sensing it very clearly because it's a personal decision and I'm a little biased or attached to the idea. And I went ahead. But then while the job was a good fit, it brought a lot of anxiety and stress. And I was feeling that same exact thing which vibrations were telling me before, that you would have a lot of, it would be very stressful. You would have a lot of headache, and it would be hectic. So exactly those same things happened. And then at that point, I was like, okay, mother, I should have been wise after all these years, but I made a mistake. I should have trusted my own vibrations. Yes, I respect inputs from others and I factor them in my decision making, but ultimately, I am my own master. I am my own guru, and I should completely trust my own vibrations. So I offered that prayer, and I was able to switch out of that role.
That's good.
So it worked out in the long run. But the lesson for me was that hold on to your inner guidance
Mm.
above everything else.
I love that story because it's true. Like we all have free will actually in each decision that we make. And so, you know, if you decide to follow other people's guidance, also in a way you're exercising your free will just to try out how that goes for you. And it's like, oh, okay, I had to do that one more time to learn to trust myself, you know.
Yeah.
So I really relate to that because I think maybe some people out there relate to this, but I grew up, you know, very obedient, very good in school, like kind of just following the path, following the rules. And at some point in adulthood, we realized, like, wait, there aren't actually any rules for this. There's no game plan for like this scenario, you know? And if you've spent your whole, you know, that thing where you're like kind of looking to the other people on the table, like which fork are they using? You know, like at some point there's no one to refer to because it's no one has been in exactly the situation you are in. And so I
Yes.
found it's actually a really fun adventure to learn to be your own master because you're just uh it's creative. You're painting a new picture with the choices you make in your life.
You're exploring.
Yeah, you're exploring and you know it's not necessarily that there's a right and a wrong, but there's a way that you feel aligned with uh your deepest self. and this is what you were talking about, Rahul, with the cool vibrations. What that is that sense of like being aligned with your spirit, which is what we are. We can't help it. We are, that's the essence of who we are. And so if we take a step into something and it's making us stressed out and all this, we don't want to stay in that. We want to come back to the thing that is cooling and meditative. So over time, it's funny, the more you meditate, you might be like, shoot, I can't get away with this anymore, because you get so, delighted by the meditative feeling that things you used to put up with, after a while, you just can't, you can't go into that type of job anymore. Maybe when you were younger, you could, because you're like, no, it's just too nice to be in a meditative state.
Yeah, that's actually a good point that you both made. Once you learn the language of vibrations and what it means to be in a meditative state, and things feel cool and fluid and spontaneous versus not so, a little bit catchy here and there. That itself is a new language that you learn to distinguish between what is perhaps the right natural path versus perhaps a reason for caution. So,
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to take a look in the chat real quick to see if we have some questions coming in from our audience here. So just give me one moment. Oh, this is a nice question. So someone is saying, I know we have to live in the present and not focus on the past or future, but I can't help but wonder, how do we continue all of this after the 21-day program? This is very sweet. And I did want to mention, I forgot to mention this before, but this 21-day sort of intensive meditation journey is just to get us all started. But we will be continuing these meditations. There'll be like a week-long break. And then I think we'll start to do these once every or we'll do three per week.
3 per week, yeah.
Yeah, and then, it will continue. And all of us here, well, my case is a little bit different, because my parents were meditators even before I was born, but I think you guys we've had the experience of having the help to deepen into our meditation journey across months and even across years. And that's one of the things that the mentorship could be really good for. But maybe I'll ask you guys, like, do you have anything to add about deepening into Sahaja Yoga after you've had this initial blast of 21 days?
Yeah, I mean, definitely collectivity helps a lot. So having a mentor, having a support is really helpful. And meditating in groups really helps. And your mentor is like your friend. So on the days you're feeling not so motivated, feel free to reach out to your mentor. And when I came to Sahaja Yoga, I was lucky to find another person who was meditating, and I was a student back then, and I found another yogi who was also in the same university and who was also meditating, and who had been meditating for quite some years. And I know that being in touch with that yogi really helped me. We even decided to live together in an apartment, and that really helped me, because there would be days where you would feel not so motivated to meditate. Your experiences may go a little up and down, and it's easy to get frustrated. It's easy to feel that you are not making any progress. But that is just because your own sensitivity has not developed to the point that you could see that you are progressing. A lot of that growth is happening beneath the soil. But a mentor or a buddy who is also meditating, they can see it in you, and many times they can be the encouragement and the motivation and the support that you need. So definitely in this community of, say, yogis, I would say try to find someone.
Thank you for bringing that up because I wanted to ask you guys about mentors. Do you have any story like that as well, Sudeep?
Yeah, very similar to Rahul's. When I came into Sahaja Yoga to Buffalo, New York, just within I basically went online and Googled. I was looking for someone because I had just been introduced to Sahaja Yoga before coming to the US. So I was looking forward to learning more about it. So I was able to connect with someone who had also just arrived in Buffalo, New York, just about a month before I came. And there was nobody else there. So that was very fortuitous before that. He had been meditating pretty much all his life. He was uh, in his 40s at that time. So I started meeting him in his apartment and meditating, and had just wonderful experiences, and was very fortunate to have someone who could answer questions as they would come up, because especially early on you have lots of questions, uh, and he was there to answer that, but most importantly to lead me through ever deepening experiences in meditation. So that was immensely helpful. And then a year later, his family also came and joined from Italy, and we all moved into a house together because, as Rahul mentioned, it's really important that you, or at least the way I felt was, I had been searching for this kind of company for so long because there's precious few people who are tuned into the same thing as what you're looking for. So otherwise, the world can be quite distracting. Otherwise, pulling you in so many different directions. So having a mentor is just a wonderful resource to have that buddy that you can resonate with and build on your experiences.
Yeah, it's so important, and I think sometimes we have this idea of meditation as this very solitary thing. And it's true, like in the past, I think people would go to the mountains and they'd like leave behind their whole life just to get out where it's quiet and meditate. But what's so awesome about Sahaja Yoga is it's completely grounded in meditating together and in fun and enjoyment. We don't have to stand on our heads or kind of, go through a lot of difficulties. It's about enjoying the company of all of us as we go on our journey. And your stories reminded me of when I went to college. Like, I grew up meditating since I was a kid, and it was always a very deep part of my life. But I kind of used to hide it when I was in high school because I was like, this isn't very hip, this isn't very cool. And all
My 6-year-old does that now. So.
But and so like I wouldn't really advertise that I meditated, and then I went to college, and I got kind of shocked by the culture of college. Just within the first few weeks there, I was like, what's going on? This is, people just seem like they're kind of just wasting themselves, wasting their time and their energy, and living a very kind of ludicrous lifestyle. And a couple of yogis, kind of like elder brother like folks, were like, hey, we're going to a meditation get together. Like, should we pick you up? And and bring you. And they kind of like, rescued me from the college atmosphere, and we went to a meditation seminar for a weekend and Sahaja Yoga seminar. And I just felt so loved and so supported by that. And I got reminded of the value of this community, which I'd had since I was a child. But it's like you said, when you get unmotivated or when you're kind of like, oh, no one else is interested in this, it is really important to connect with that community. And I hope that the people here, that we're all going to make friends over the course of this 21 days and beyond. Like, really, we're like a family, because we're all on this shared journey, and there's so much to discover together. So don't be shy to ask for mentors is the the moral of that story.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna double check if we have any further question before we wrap up here. I'm actually not seeing another one, so yeah, any final words, you guys, on this theme of mentorship and being your own guru?
Mm.
We're all in thoughtless awareness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ultimately, it's all about silence.
We've achieved our destination then.
Yes.
So, to all of you who are still with us, it's so nice that you're here. I think it's not too late to go into a breakout room. Just remember, if you want to be in a breakout room, just message breakout room help, and someone will put you in one. And we'll go ahead and play some music, and hope everyone has a beautiful, peaceful rest of your evening. And we look forward to seeing you tomorrow.
Thank you. See you all.
Bye, everyone.